Well, we have a new segment, folks. It is called Max-imizing with Max Mazerati, named after the man in the middle. There he is, Max Mazerati. Everybody loves him. Max, welcome to the show. Congratulations on getting your own segment, Max-imizing with Max Mazerati. How do you feel about that? Do you like the name? Do you like the name? How do you feel?
I love
like
it. I love it.
All right.
I love it.
Good. Well, thank you for joining us. Of course, we got John Hoagland to screen right, I should say. What's up, Johnny? How are we feeling today? What are we thinking about these markets right now, John?
Well, I'm feeling good. I'm kind of confused as the price action in the S&Ps and the Nasdaq now. We're kind of holding below the IB low. We took out yesterday's low, trying to figure out what direction this thing wants to go. So far, not being very successful at it, but just kind of watching for now. Max, what do you think?
So far, I think I'm looking at this level, 52.2200, and because I have an MMM block here, because this were this MM block, the external block, CBL changed it was the one that priced all the way up. So I'm expecting maybe to rebound midline here, or if price just touch the down part here, so we are completely bearish. So this is the only thing I'm looking at now.
Okay.
I see.
All
I
right.
see.
So
you're bearish, Max.
Yes. Yeah, I'm bearish. I'm bearish and bullish at the same time. Like basically, I'm bearish, but I wouldn't. Let me explain.
Isn't that the way though?
Yeah. I'm completely bearish because based on my strategy, so this yesterday was a bearish body close, right? So I was expecting low today, right? However, since we have this PDA rate here, which is wrong because like this external block push price up, I'm waiting for a lot of orders here, may push price up a little bit. So until they close, we don't really price was down the midline or will course down this low 50 to 0. So we basically I don't know. So now I can take a short trade. Now I'll be looking to go long if I see a good movement. Otherwise, I'm neutral.
No position just yet.
No position just yet.
No
but
position
if the case presents itself, I'll enter a long. So basically, for example, we'll see on the 1 minute here. I have nothing to go long here. I do have a PO for bullish here, and it did not do a market like I wanted to do, but still up here. But if price one, it should go ahead from this level here. But I would have preferred that price touch the one is the swing. Yeah, we do.
Max, do us a favor. Do us a favor, Max. Move your mouse as little as possible because it keeps breaking up your audio.
Oh, the audio. Okay, I'll try to do that. For example, you see this bullish here, the line candle. So it did this on the 1 minute chart. It did make a market structure shift here. Yep. So we have a here. So I will be marking. So I'll be marking it the candle body to the low to the here. So I expect this level here, and then if price give a IO for bullish here, maybe I might enter. If it doesn't, still, but it tested it here again, and I do have bullish volume here, but it was violated here. So this is my high volume candle here. Let me white. So
understood.
Anything
you're seeing in your volume studies to the downside here?
So no, the volume we have a nice push up, but the fact is like this bearish candle closed below it, so it's not important anymore. So you see, price came down again. Price went up, but it came down to this level.
Right.
So it's not important for me anymore because it got violated. The body closed below it. So this was supposed to be a high volume candle, but it's not anymore.
Okay. So we're going lower unless we go higher, huh?
Yeah, we're going lower a little bit more, and price hasn't touched the midline yet. So I'm still looking. So probably we might have a nice consolidation at this level
Okay.
for now, until I
For
see
now.
something interesting.
So you see something change.
Yeah.
Max, last time you were on with us, you were on with Dolby and myself, and Dolby really took to your strategy, watching how value influences the markets, watching volume influences price movement. Would you mind giving us a brief, refresher course, a crash course, if you will, to how you study volume and how you use that to influence your trading ideas? Because Dolby's really taking a liking to it. We were talking about earlier today in power players, and I think the audience would like to hear about that.
Okay, it's my pleasure. So, I mean, I've been looking at price because, when I started trading, full-time trading in 2021, and then I struggled a lot at the beginning. I was trying to understand and then like learning on YouTube, learning over there, and then I'm like, okay, wait a minute. What price? Price is a movement between people. Like it's all about interest.
Right.
Belief. People believe about what can happen now, what can happen tomorrow. So when you have billions of people thinking about price, and then even you sometimes you cannot really understand yourself to take a decision. Sometimes you want to go long, you want to go short. Because like market is doing a lot of things. Because we as human, our mind change, our thoughts change every single second. So I'm like, okay, so what is the best way to visualize what is happening in the market right now? The candlestick are amazing. They are like the basic of the market. Even they look very simple, but they tell you everything you need to know. If you master how to read candlesticks, your life will be easy, much easier.
Okay.
So this is what my strategy is based on: candlestick and volume. So when you have the candle, sometimes you might have, for example, you might have a bearish candle, and then but you need volume to tell you exactly how is it a huge volume, is it a small volume. So you have candlestick, you have volume. They are the basic of the market, and then you have um, discount and premium. So if you're going to buy, you want to buy cheap. If you're going to sell, you want to sell high. So these three things are the basic. For me, they are the core. They are the foundation of the market. So volume now. So what I do, for example, if price is going down, so I go to the 1 minute, 5 minute, or 3 minutes, even 15 seconds.
Right.
And then you're looking for huge volume spikes. For example, here, you see this huge bullish volume spike.
Right.
Okay. Here. So what I do, I'm like, I will be marking if price wants to go higher. If price wants to go higher, price shouldn't violate this candle because it's too huge. So we have a lot. So if price, if we have this huge volume and then price doesn't continue higher, which means like we have a lot of people taking profit, or we just reach a liquidity level if price don't keep moving up. So like the buyers are getting out, right? So I'll be marking this my high volume candle, on the 1 minute. Okay, this will be my point of whether if I enter a trade, it will be my reference to where to get out or not. And then once I see this, then price trades, and now I get the first sign. Price didn't keep moving higher because this is a huge volume, so I'm expecting a bullish body close. And now I got a close, and then next I got a bearish body close, which is telling me that the buyers are not strong enough. Maybe price might close below here, and then so as you can see, price came down here with a fair value gap, which could push price higher, but price on here, and then it didn't. So my candle to the candle that touch the low if it doesn't close. So this will be my next high volume candle to observe. So I call the HVC1. high volume candle 1 because it's the
Gotcha.
first candle that touched the level I'm looking at, but it didn't close below it. So whenever I have another candle close below the HVC1, I got out. I will, as you see here,
There's no
price
conviction.
close below. Price close below this candle here. So this is the moment. So okay, price is no longer higher. This is not a retracement. This is highly likely price will keep going down. So I will get out, and then I will check this as well here. See, this volume is getting higher here, and even we have a nice bullish volume here, but bearish candle which is higher than the one that came before.
Right.
And so I will get out. You can see price went all the way down.
So
And then you have this,
to that point, Max, I think, John, that's kind of what we're, in a similar way, it's kind of what we're looking at when we're looking at volume profile, right? We're seeing where business is conducted. We see if there's conviction in what the volume and those prices, and then that's kind of how the market moves from there. John, am I reading this right? I think that's kind of what Max explained for those that may want a little clarification. But yes, volume is conviction. You kind of see it backed up with the volume and price movement. There's conviction there that you might know there's more business to be had, John. Right? Is that kind of how I'm understanding this?
Okay, so what Max is talking about is volume of specific candles, right? So he's looking to see what the volume of a specific candle in a specific time frame is. If you're seeing more volume on up candles, he's thinking probably we're gonna start to need to look for longs here. If he's seeing more volume on down candles, he's probably thinking, okay, what we're starting to see volume on down candles. That's power, and if we continue to push that direction, I can stay in this or get into something. Volume profile is a little bit different because when you're looking at candle volume bars at the bottom, that's each bar is telling you how much volume occurred during that time period. Where volume profile is showing you prices where more volume occurred and less volume occurred, right? So there is a little bit of a difference in this, Andre. So that's a great question, and it's just two different ways to look at the same information. One is horizontal. What prices have accumulated more volume, and this way it's which direction is bringing more volume. Is it on the up candles or the down candles? Would that be about right, Max?
yes, perfectly right. But by looking volume at one candle, it helps you to get out faster of a trade, or it helps you to get inside of a trade. For example, if you're taking long or short, just visualizing one candle, it helps much better on your analysis, whether you need to stay or when you need to get out, when you need to enter on a trade.
Very good. Very good. Real quick update. Hey, quick update here in the markets. We did see a pop. S&Ps did take a dip below, setting new lows on the day, 50.39 quarter. But right after that, we did see a pop off of that, back to trading about 12 points higher in about 5 minutes. We're seeing that also in the NASDAQ. Took a dip below, but then found some buyers right away. It's defending their levels here in the Dow as well. 37,900 seems to be the support level, if you want to call it that. Some of us back away. We are up 95. We are up 86 points off that bounce of 37,900 in the Dow. I didn't see anything, John, but was that a level that we had down there that kind of triggers some stuff?
Well, let me take a look at the Dow.
Yeah, as you can see, the 50-40 exactly on the midline. You see 50-40 on the midline I talked about earlier.
Yes.
So the midline, you see this reaction from the midline here.
Yes.
I don't know if you can see my chart.
I think, hey Max, I think we kind of we're going to kill the screen sharing for now, just so we can save bandwidth. But if you can still talk levels and still talk prices, we can still follow you in real time. So use your screen as a reference, and we'll kind of do the play-by-play with the mouse and everything on our end. But as long as you talk it through and say price levels, we can do the rest from here.
Perfect. So if you go on the daily time frame, and then you will mark 50-40 level, 50-40. Which is the last. Take the take a box, a rectangular box, place it on the let me tell you the level from 50 43 50 to 50 39 25.
Good stuff, John.
To 50. Wait, say that again, Max. I'm sorry.
From 50 43 25
Okay.
to 50 39 25. A rectangular box, and then
39, 25. Okay, right there. Oh,
to 50 39, yeah, 50 to 50 39 25.
All right, that's gonna be close enough. All right.
Yep. Thanks, John.
Okay.
It needs
So
to be. Oh yeah. I don't. So are you using the which? Is the adjusters price? Oh no, it's not.
yeah, this is
This is not the adjusted one. Yeah,
no.
It's okay. It's okay. Well, let's just keep talking us through. It doesn't have to be specific. We just want to get general ideas, general concepts here. We keep it high level here, so everyone can enjoy it. Everyone can appreciate what Max from Max-imizing with Mazerati has to bring. Max, please go ahead. We got this box. We saw that pop in the equities here. Please, Max, take it away.
Great. And then if you go on the 1 minute now, go to the 1 minute, you'll see 50 41 25. And then so 50 40 00, 50 40 00. So this is exactly what the midline of the rectangular box is on my chart. 50, yeah, 50 40 0. No, sorry. The midline is 50 41 25. Midline 50 41 25. 50 41 25. This is the midline.
Okay, I'll put a line there.
Yeah, 50 41 25. This is the midline of the external block of the Mazerati external.
There you go.
So you see, price came exactly to the midline, and then you have this reaction because you have a lot of order here based on the previous change set of delivery that we had on the daily that pushed price all the way up to the new high, all-time high. So basically, when price came back to this level, you will expect that price move higher up. You need to expect a reaction. So here we might see a reversal, but I don't think so because I feel like price is kind of weak for a reversal. Not the kind of movement I was expecting, but still you will have a very nice reaction from this level of the external blocks.
Very good. Good stuff.
So
Max, bringing it strong, showing the conviction in the volume, like it was just showing there. John, we did see that bounce. We start seeing some buyers coming in, catching a bid, if you will. Shout out Isaac Rivera, Dow, catching a bid, Dow up 100 points after we saw that little dip there. Did we hit a key level there, John? I don't know. What triggered that? Unmute. You were just off mute too. You clicked. Oh, you're
I
on.
can hear you. I can hear you.
You can hear. You can hear John.
I'm here.
There you are.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry.
I can hear you.
Oh, good.
Both of you. Yeah.
I have a habit of doing that, and I apologize. So, in the S&Ps, we were hanging below the initial balance low, the IB low, and we had taken out yesterday's low. So my thought was, I'm going to try and try and work some shorts here. Obviously they haven't been successful, but I got to remember, we traded above the initial balance and we traded below the initial balance. That's going to kind of create a probability of range bound trade.
Okay.
So now we're back inside the initial balance. We've come off the lows. We've come back above yesterday's high. We're back inside the initial balance. I'm looking at this market as a market that's probably just going to range inside this range the rest of the day, unless, of course, we get some selling coming in or something else happens that changes the current market state.
Gotcha.
You were asking about the Dow earlier. So
yep.
Here's the Dow, and I'm going to shrink this down a little bit so we can see the profiles on one page here.
Very good.
So this is the Dow's profile for today. We had the initial balance, basically the same initial balance as yesterday, right? Market looked above, rejected, came back, took out the low, and never took out the low from yesterday and is still holding below the initial balance. So, if I were going to be short in any of these, it would probably be the Dow, unless we can't stay below the low of the initial balance. I mean, this, you can see here, it extended below the initial balance, and one of the periods was an extension of the range, but it came back and just traded right back to the initial balance. I know it's hard to see, but this H block right here, that was a, once we leave the single ticks there, we come back and test the initial balance. That might be an initial balance rejection or an acceptance of lower pricing. So if I were going to be short anything right now, it would probably be the Dow.
Okay.
And well, we did a bit of a weak low on the Dow as well.
I like that. And I'll add a little more information here to that. We have a tilt in the Dow of 82% long, 82% long, 83% long. Here on all sim traders here at Topstep are along the YM, the Dow minis right now. So, John, I think we got some analysis.
I completely agree with them.
Yeah, we got
looking at 68% long in the S&Ps, 74% long in the NASDAQ. We got some new buyers in here. If they continue
what's
to
Delta?
push.
What's Delta looking like right now, John? Here at 1:25 Central Time.
Delta, 5,800 positive in the S&Ps, negative 2,700 in the NASDAQ. Interesting. And positive 11, positive 1,000 in the NASDAQ. You can see it here in the NASDAQ as well. I mean, we took out the low of yesterday relatively early in the session today. We looked above, rejected. We looked below. As long as we hold below that initial balance, it's a short, especially below the range of the previous day. But we weren't able to hold it. We're back inside the initial balance. That takes the shorts out of the equation, and more likely we're going to rotate inside value for the rest of the day.
Okay, well, this could be a nice short setup here. Where are you watching Delta? John, where are you watching Delta? We get this asked all the time. I know I ask you, where am I watching Delta? I turn to my man, John. So, John, where are you watching Delta?
Delta looks so different.
Max, all I do is ask John all day. I probably ask him 20 times a day. What's Delta?
And that's fine. That's all right. I get Delta right here on this T4 profile chart. It's regular trading hour session only. It begins to populate right at 8:30 when the market opens and finishes at 3 o'clock. So that's where I'm getting it. But good news, folks, it will be available on Topstep X very soon.
Hell yes. I'm guessing John put that request into our tech team. Highest priority. So I can just leave him alone and just get, why can't you get Delta? Because I'm not on T4, James Herman, but we will be getting it, as John just said, on Topstep X. And but it's fun to ask John the question. It kind of builds a story here at TopstepTV, keeps people engaged. It kind of builds a story as we get into power hour. Every now and then we do get that heavy short, and the market ain't breaking. And guess what those shorts got to do? They got to cover, and that's when we get the short squeeze. So we beat them to the punch, make some money that way. Max Mazerati, we're here at the.
Andre, aside from that, it makes me feel important that you have to ask me.
Don't put it in Topstep X. Don't put it in Topstep X. Keep it out there. Use John's proprietary info. Oh man, it's our thing. It's kind of, you taught me how to read this Delta. And essentially, it's where the idea came from is when you guys are walking in the pit, you say, "What's the pit? Is the pit long or is the pit short?" So that's kind of the same kind of what we gather here from Tilt as well. It's kind of good to know if you're flat, what the other side is. You kind of beat them to the punch before they have to get out. But we'll keep an eye on that as the day progresses. We do have a half hour here till a power hour. All right, Max Mazerati. We are maximizing with Max Mazerati right now. Max, tell us about some trades you've taken. How's the trading week been? It's a question I've been asking a lot of our guests here. With the heightened sensitivity to the geopolitical headlines, the geopolitical risk coming out of the Middle East, how do you navigate markets in this current state? You know that we are one headline away from equities just getting slammed, a pop in crude, a pop in gold as well. How are you trading and navigating this market state? Your way.
Okay, so right now what I'm doing a lot of lighting. I'm trading my live account like for serious trading. But otherwise, I'm doing a lot of live testing for the moment, and I'm doing contrarian testing because I want to push my strategy to the limit. So at the end of this month, I'll be finished with everything. So basically, like I told you before, so what I'm doing I'm focusing on candlestick. Candlestick will tell me everything I need to know. The news, I check at what time is the news. I do not trade during the news. I do not trade. I just wait for at least 1 hour candle to close. Because when I wake up in the morning, when I do my chart analysis, I'm expecting price to reach a certain level before I take any trade. And once price reach these levels, this is the moment I'm okay. Now for example, now you see price reach this stock. So this is where I will be looking for a trade. For example, this morning I took a trade at this. I went price touch inside this here, and it didn't violate. I can't really show my screen. Okay,
It's okay. It's
anyway.
okay. Just, hey,
That's all right.
Max, again, just say numbers. Just say the numbers, and we can take it from there.
Yeah, tell us levels.
Okay, great. If we can go to the 1 hour chart.
1 hour chart coming right up.
John, that short entry would have been money, by the way, in the Dow.
Yeah.
For example, you see the first candle. Oh, it didn't really touch it in your chart because it's not the adjusted one. So normally I use the adjusted chart.
Okay.
So if you can see the candle, 1 hour candle, the one at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. candle.
9 a.m. Central.
Yeah.
Right here.
9 a.m. Central. Yeah, New York.
Right here.
No, the other
New
one.
York?
The previous one.
Right here.
Yeah, New York. Yes.
New York.
No,
New York.
yeah, this one. No, next one. The bearish candle.
Right here.
No. Go on the left.
And this one.
Left.
This one.
No,
Left.
left.
This one.
All right. Hey, all right. We got it.
Yeah, exactly here.
8 a.m.
Exactly
Okay,
here.
8 a.m. This one. Understood.
Okay. So this candle, when it closed, it came inside. In my chart, it came inside of the external block on the daily. So when price reached this level, I'm like, okay, so price reached this level, so I'm expecting a reaction from the high, from the middle, and from the low. So I'm expecting a reaction from these three levels on the external block. And then, so what I will do, I will be dropping to the 1 minute and looking to see where's the volume is going, what kind of volume do I have, and I had a nice volume up. Okay, if you mark the low of the 1 hour and then you jump to the 1 minute.
All right, let me mark that low of that candle on the hourly.
Mark the low of the 1 hour.
Thank you, John. Doing great.
Okay, and then we drop to the 1 minute. When we drop to the 1 minute, and then we mark the low of the 1 hour, like 8 a.m.
So that's this.
The one I showed you, the bearish, this one.
Right there. So you want the low of that marked?
Yeah, you mark the low.
Okay. Mark the low of the bar right there.
Yeah.
Marked.
Yeah, you mark the low, and then let's get to 1 minute.
Okay. All right, now to the one.
Yeah, 1 minute.
1 minute.
Yes.
All right, so there is that low.
Yeah, and then you'll see in the I will have a PO4 bullish on at 9:46 a.m. Probably it's this New York time, 9:46.
8:46.
8:46 for you. And then so I'll be marking this because it caused the changing set of delivery I'm looking for. So and this then one. I was so yes, this one, this one. Yeah, this one. Yeah, exactly this one. And you can see the volume. Yes, the volume. Yeah, no, yes, this one. Yeah. So you mark the bearish candle low, the bearish candle body to the low of this candle.
Right there.
And then so I'll be waiting for price to come inside of it and get a reaction. And then price came inside of it. I got the reaction. And then you see the next bullish candle with the highest volume.
Yeah.
At
yes, that's this one. Right.
No, you need to go on the right. No, on the right.
I hate to hold on. I got to interrupt here. We're making new lows. We turned right around off that pop. We got lows in the S&Ps. We got lows. NASDAQ, Dow lagging a little bit behind. Boom. So there goes some stops. John, that we were just talking about taking a short there because that was a weekly held low, and I think you called it perfectly here. And we are seeing it backed up by volume, like Max says. We are seeing these sellers, conviction.
Below.
Yep, new lows in NASDAQ and NASDAQ, S&Ps, and maybe Dow. We'll still see. Okay, so let's replay it real quick. We had an 80% long tilt in the YM. I think we saw 82% long tilt in the S&Ps, literally at the peak, right before we fell off there. So fading the herd, fading the majority there probably would have been the nice play. We also said John came in and told us about the weak lows, so they are going to retest it. So we'll see if we find some buyers here or if we can't have some follow through to the downside. Like Dolby says, 5-minute range extension rejection. That makes it tricky. That makes it very tricky. So if you're a breakout trader, you probably took it on the chin there a little bit. But if you're a range bound trader, you played the upper end of that range. You may have made a couple tickies.
Yeah, you might have done all right.
Yeah, we got about 20 minutes left here in Maximizing with Max Mazerati. Everything tilt kind of unwound there. Max, have you taken trades? I know I asked you, how have you been trading this week? P&L wise, I know you said you're going to do a lot of testing till the end of the month. That's going to be very strenuous, granular level of research. How have you been trading so far this week? How would you assess how would you assess your trading this week?
I mean, I'm pretty exactly as I expected. So today I made in the live account. I had a very, very nice trade I have very, very nice long. I made like around like 7K.
7K. Damn. Nice. What'd you trade?
So the trade I was showing Hog now.
Right here.
Yeah. So I entered with 6 lots.
I like it.
So here, and then you see and then you see the highest volume on the 10. I think it would be 9 for you. 10 at 10.3.
03 here,
which would be 9.3 for you. 9.3.
9:03.
9.3 a.m. No, the next one. The bearish one. The bearish that came inside of the box. Actually, yeah.
Okay.
Go back. Yeah, back. Next one. Great. This one. Yeah. So this candle can retest this box, but didn't take the low on my chart. I think.
Okay.
Because mine is the adjusted one. Okay. So, and then price went up, and I get a very nice bullish candle with a lot of volume. You see the bullish candle with a lot of volume, the one at 10, 9. 10, 9.
Right there.
No.
Tricky.
10, 9. 10, 9 is 9, 9 for you.
Yes, 9, 9. That's where I'm at. Right here.
Yeah. So price, and then so now I get a very nice this one, yes. And then I get a very nice PO for bullish here. So once I get this PO for bullish, this will be my entry. And then so I place my trade in midline of the candle, and then it triggered my trade. And then I put my stop loss down there, and then I just ride it all the way up. And then
where would your stop loss be on this, Max?
So my stop loss, I put it exactly at it was this candle, like 9:46 a.m.
So 8:46. Right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
There's your stop.
Yeah.
So you're in here, your stop's here.
Yeah, stop here, and then here. You see
about 12 points of risk.
A lot of volume. Yes, exactly here. Yes, the bullish candle.
12 points of risk on that. Okay.
Yeah, and then I put my stop loss and 1 tick below it, 1 tick below the swing low.
Okay.
And then I ride it all the way up until this high volume candle bullish here got violated. So I get out there on here. You see the high volume.
The 11:17 bar?
Yes. 11, no, it's 10:45.
10:40. So 9:45 here.
9:45.
This one here.
No, not this one. The previous go down. You see the other one, the highest bullish candle you have, the highest bullish volume. No,
Well,
the
hold
next one,
hold on. I'm not sure this is the
next,
best television right here with
Yeah,
Max trying to.
right.
yes,
John's
yes,
doing, John's doing the
yeah.
Lord's work right now, trying to
No.
navigate what Max is
The
saying. Max,
one
I understand.
at
Max, let's
10:56.
just keep it high level here. If we're having a little difficulty sharing your
56
screens,
from
that's okay. We've dealt this. We've dealt with this
9:56.
before.
This
Yeah, we've
one.
dealt with this before.
This one. We got it. This one.
Yes, this one. Yes, this one. Yeah. See, you see how price violated it. Price
Yes.
violated it with power. And then I'm like, okay, let's see what price will do. So I just moved my stop loss under it here. And I'm like, okay, let it run. If price came down
Okay.
here, it took my stop loss. I'm okay. So I'm done. And
Okay.
then price came down, took it. And then here on the way up, I get another CDL short here. And then I'm like, okay, I'm done. This will not keep moving higher.
Okay. Probably up here
And
somewhere.
then I get out of the trade. And then, yeah, basically,
Okay.
this is what I did. And I take a couple of trades, but they were contrarian, trying to back test, live test, but just only with the combine.
Yeah, I know this is difficult, and Max, we appreciate you staying with us, and I'm
it's
doing the
quite
best I can
difficult.
to pick out the candles for you. And yeah, everybody, I know it's probably kind of hard to follow, but hopefully you're able to follow it and get something out of what Max is talking about here. But that's great stuff, Max.
James, or I'm sorry. Hey, Max. Okay, we're gonna take you behind the scenes. We're gonna see if you're gonna get your connection fixed in the next. We got about 15 minutes here. We got to work on your connection here. We're gonna take you off for the time being. John and I are gonna talk. See if we can get that connection dialed in. I don't know if you're on Wi-Fi or wired or not. But let's take them off real quick. See if we can get that connection dialed in. Max, we're gonna try to come back to you if we can get that connection fixed. But for the time being, John and I, let's just talk over these markets, kind of replicate what Max was saying there. Thanks again, Max. We'll get you dialed in and behind the scenes here. But
Okay.
yeah, so John, so let's talk about what he was saying there. Kind of help me recap that.
Well, the one thing that I'm confused about is, where this zone came in off the daily chart. Now it's a little bit different because he's using a back tested chart.
Right.
And, some people like back tested charts. Some people don't like back tested charts. So, what I think he was looking at was, I mean, this is the 1 minute chart, and this is really right on the open, right? I mean, we left the opening range at the high of the session. We went down, and this was the bar that this was the swing low that he was focusing on.
Mhm.
Now, again, I'm not Max. I'm not in his brain, but
Right.
then he's looking for, some sort of confirmation after a pullback on this bar here. And then he sees the high volume on that 1 minute chart. So he says, okay. So now I think he said his entry was going to be halfway in the middle of that bar right there. So he marks the low, he gets a push, a little consolidation, and then he watches for the next pullback out of that consolidation. And if it's on higher volume, he's waiting for the pullback to halfway through the candle, and that's where he's getting in. And his stop was, I believe, down below this level. So he's risking about, let's call it 12 points in the S&Ps. In this kind of volatility, that's not outrageous. It's a lot of dough, though, with 6 contracts on. So hats off to Max. And then, he's looking to see, when the next kind of strong up bar comes in, and if it penetrates that, and within the next, at some point in the it's got to be a strong up bar. It's got to be a high volume up bar. When it penetrates that, that's his warning sign that the move may be over. He moves his stop up, stays in the trade until finally it takes him out. Now, Max, I know I think you're listening. I think you're here. No, not yet. Not yet. So, I'm thinking I'm pretty close to the thought process that Max had on that particular trade. He's looking at his chart when you're using his tool, and he's got a volume chart. So what a volume chart is, and I love these. I think this is a fantastic idea.
Yep.
The bigger the volume on the bar, the fatter the bar gets.
The bigger, say that again. The bigger the bar.
So
Say it
the
again.
higher the volume of each bar, if it's a high volume bar, the bar itself gets really fat. If it's a low volume bar, it gets really thin.
I never
So
noticed
it
that.
makes it really
Holy
visible to
shit, you're
see,
right.
right?
Holy shit. Yeah, you're
Right?
right. I've never noticed that. Holy shit.
Uh-huh.
I learned
Yeah.
something today. How about
Yeah.
that?
Hey, hey, there's stuff to learn here all day, every day.
Unreal.
It's
It sure
what we
does,
love
Johnny.
about this. What we
I'll be
love about
damned.
this.
Never, yeah, confident chair. Never noticed that either. How about it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the fatter the bar. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and that's if that's something that people want to see, we can eventually add that to Top Step X. I think it's a really cool thing because you're able
Yeah,
to see a bar that has higher volume without looking away from the chart or the bar. We all have these volume bars at the bottom here, but just to see to be able to see that the bar is a little bit fatter because there's more volume. It's a lot of volume, it gets really big and really wide, and if it's a little bit of
yeah.
volume, it's much thinner. So they're volume bars, and they're really cool. I've seen them on
Sick.
platforms, other platforms, but we've never had, I don't think, one here at Topstep that actually has them. So I think that would be a cool thing to add.
Sick. Nice, Johnny. Thank you for that. Well, let's take a look and put it on YouTube. Janesh, clip it and put it on YouTube. We do like, Janesh, what exactly would you like clipped and put on YouTube? Be a little bit more specific. I think we can help you out with that. I'll take a quick look at tilt. I keep going back to tilt because I'm noticing heavy biases, both long in the YM and long in the ES. ES at 73, 74% now long. YM 81% long. So we will keep an eye on that. John, we got about 11 minutes left here. And maximizing
Mhm.
with Max Maserati. Unfortunately, we couldn't officially go all out maximizing. Technology happened to get in the way. That does tend to happen. John, I don't think you're going to be on the Power Hour, but help me talk through Power Hour. We got Netflix earnings coming up.
Yes.
Obviously, we're not on during earnings per se, but how do we trade? How do you interpret it? How do we now? We got earnings season kicking into high gear, especially next week with all the Mag 7 reporting. How do we, how do we navigate the earnings season when it comes to trading,
Um,
if at
it's
all?
a really good question, Andre. I'm sure a lot of traders over the years have pondered that question. I think,
Great.
with everything that's going on in the world and all of the uncertainties and everything, there's a lot of weight being put on some positive earnings here. And I think if the earnings disappoint,
Mm,
with the current uncertainties, and
mm,
we don't know what other uncertainties are going to happen between now and then.
mm.
It could be a rough earning season. This morning on the opening call, I was looking. I've got a. If you look at investing.com and you look at
Yep.
their earnings calendar, any misses are in red. Any beats are green. And I'm just by looking at the kind of heat map
Right.
this morning, a lot of red,
Mm.
a lot more red than I'm used to seeing. So, I don't know. I mean, what are the earnings going to be like? I mean, you got 6, 8 stocks that are the bulk of the stock market. Those are the ones that are really going to matter. The banks, a little bit, some of the bigger companies. Um, I It all depends on how they come out, my good friend. If they're doing well, we gotta kind of expect that Tesla's not doing all that well.
No, it's not.
But if the other Magnificent Six, if they do well, great, man. That's going to help boost these equities up, and hopefully we can turn this thing around and start heading back higher. And maybe even more importantly than that, we can find peace somewhere here in
That would
soon,
be ideal. That would
right?
be ideal. Yes. There are some breaking news. I don't know how much this is market related. U.S. is trying to assist a bit of a peace process out in the Middle East. We don't need to go into detail. It's just something to keep an eye on. We are seeing gold catch a or gold knows all the time. I got to separate these charts. Gold is catching a bit of a bid. Oil is as well. Oil touched, gave VWAP a little kiss on the cheek there and turned around and ran away like like a little schoolboy in the playground or something like that. It might be a very outdated reference. Hold on. I might want to take that back. That might be a very outdated reference these days. Turned around about 28% or 28 cents there to the upside. Gold touched VWAP as well, trading 23.94 now, popped up $4 to 23.98. But we are keeping an eye on that volume. We got about 8 minutes left here in Maximizing with Max Mazerati. Coming up next is Power Hour with our new good friend, Zach Anthony. I see he just logged into the green room, so that should be exciting. Please stay tuned.
Nice.
Not met Zach Anthony. All right, John, so we're kind of chopping around here. What's Delta at? Last time we checked, we were at plus 5,800. That was about 25 minutes ago, so this is something we're going to keep an eye on going into Power Hour. So how are we looking on that old Delta reading there?
6,200 positive in the S&P is negative 3,400 in the NASDAQ. And in the Dow, positive 1,000. You know, the kind of inert for the Dow, but not when you're looking at where price is. Price is, you know, just lingering around the lows here. So if there's buyers coming in here creating that positive delta and they want to flatten, it could be an interesting opportunity for everybody during Power Hour.
I agree with that. Thank you. Yes. In the chat here, we got some very good words of wisdom from where was it? Bryce D here. Just short and shut your trap. Bryce D, I appreciate that trading idea. Maybe we just get short and we shut our trap and we will collect profits that way.
All right. I just did it. Yeah. You know what? I listened to that.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John. All right, Bryce D. We put our money where your mouth is. So we are going to shut our trap.
I did not.
I wish you did.
I
wish you did. We would have put our money where someone else's mouth is, but we're seeing some bit of sellers. We're in a range bound. Looking at the 5 minute here on the S&Ps and NASDAQ. We did perhaps see a attempted range extension, the downside and upside for that matter. Both rejected. So we're in the range right now, John.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what we were saying that was probably going to happen. We did extend the range a little bit below that, but, you know, the market came right back in. You know, there's our little range extension right down there. Those little 3 ticks down there. Ooh,
yeah, I know.
Big range extension. And now it's back in range. It seems as though we're still seeing some possible resistance up here at the initial balance low, 50, 50, 75. K period came right up to it. Has not come back inside of it. You know, this is what I'm looking for, is for price to stay below that initial balance and to see some range extension to the downside as the day kind of finishes out here. But because, again, we've traded both sides of the initial balance high up here, 50.76 quarter. We traded above it, rejected. We traded below it. We're still showing signs of possible rejection of the initial balance low. That's what makes this. You know what makes this so difficult, Andre?
Hit me.
Because the price is just kind of meandering around the IB low for so long here. If you're short below it and you go the wrong way, you're probably going to get stopped out. If you're long above it and it rotates lower, you're going to get stopped out. This will just chew you to ribbons. Yes. I guess maybe it's a good idea to remain patient until maybe later on in the day when price is going to resolve one way or the other, and you only take one profit or one loss. It's been tough. You know, the Dow, however,
tough. You want to know who's tough? Our man Max Mazerati right there, toughing it out through spotty connections out in London, England right now. Max, you are back. We got about 4 minutes left here for Maximizing with Max Mazerati. We appreciate you coming on. We appreciate you working with us behind the scenes to get that connection nice and strong. Max, welcome back. What are we thinking here for the rest of the day? Give me some words of wisdom going into Power Hour here. Starting about 7 minutes. Help me. What are you looking for going into the close?
Definitely, from what I'm seeing, is like highly likely. I'm expecting a bounce up a little bit, but price might just consolidate within this area because I'm not seeing anything like neat, because like price is making new low every time. Price is making an external block and it's violating it, going up, violating volume, violating everything. So
Uh-huh.
highly likely price is entering consolidation, and we are below the yesterday close, which is the settlement line. We
Ooh.
are below it.
Ooh.
Since price is trading below it, and then it's not going up, it's not going down. As you can see on the daily external, Max Maserati daily external block. So you can see the price is between the line 50-40-00 and the settlement line. So price is bouncing between these two levels because we have a lot of buyers and sellers interacting. So the sellers wants to push price down, but since we have a high volumes buyers at this level, so they are trying to push price up, and then none of them are succeeding now. So we just waiting. If price close above the settlement line, maybe we might see a nice moves up, and then we have a lot of liquidity on the upside. So let's see. But once price violates 50, 22, 50, so the long are over. We are over.
Okay, so look up below. 22 halves. 50, 22 half is the level. Then we'll be targeting 55,000s maybe again, a little retest, but we will keeping an eye on that. But John, he did say the magic words. We are below yesterday's low. That is a bearish signal, according to us, our guest here, Max Maserati as well. Austin Silver. We're getting it from everywhere. It's really cool to be learning new things like this. Janesh is asking, Max, where can they follow you? Max, where your socials, where can they follow you?
Okay, you can follow me on dr.max-maserati on Twitter, and then I have the free recorded webinar. I have the link on my Twitter. You can just click on the link and watch all the videos I've made, like live webinar I've made, and regarding my strategy and how to take trades. And then I think the last webinar I did, I explained exactly point by point my personal strategy. And I think, yeah, you can just go and watch them one by one. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask me. And you can follow me on Discord as well.
Yes.
It's the same name, Max Maserati as well. So you'll find my bio link on my Twitter. Just click on it, and then you'll find all the link to follow me. Anyway, just feel free to ask me any questions, anything you have. I'll be more than happy to respond, you guys.
Thank you very much, Max Maserati. We'll have him on soon enough. Max, thank you. Please continue to share those levels in the chat for us, especially during fast markets. Max, we really appreciate those. Currently, we're looking for 50, 22 half downside in the S&Ps. If we can break through that, look out below. John, that was awesome. Good job trying improvising on the fly there. We're kind of working together, building this airplane in midair. John, words of wisdom going into Power Hour. Thank you again, Max. So John, take us away.
Dr. Max, always a pleasure to be with you. Words of wisdom. Think risk first, man. If you know where your stop's going to be, you know where your entry should be. So, and boy, yesterday's from KV,
the fortune cookie.
KV was too good. I can't beat that, so I'll just go with that.
I put you on the spot. Dr. Max, thank you so much. Stay tuned for Power Hour. We'll see you here in a couple minutes. Thank you.